Hello, English learners. Welcome back to LifeTalk English. I'm Nico.
And I'm Elisa.
Today, you're stepping into one of the most universal challenges in English, presentations.
Yeah, the moment where your heart decides to drum louder than a marching band.
And the funny part, the solution usually starts with the first sentence.
Exactly. A calm, warm opening can carry you so much further than perfect grammar.
And this might be harder than it sounds.
But absolutely doable, especially when we walk through it together, slowly, step by step.
Liking what you hear? Hit that like button and subscribe to join us for more.
And hey, tell us in the comments, where are you listening from and what's your local time?
Now, settle in, maybe grab a notebook or just relax with your headphones on, and let's ease into today's English journey together.
Okay, so let's imagine something simple. You're standing in front of a small group at your office, maybe 5 people, not a huge conference.
Right, something cozy. You're holding your notes, the projector is humming quietly.
And everyone is looking at you with polite, neutral faces, not scary faces, just waiting faces.
And your brain goes, say something impressive.
And we say, nah, just say something friendly.
A gentle start like, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Yes, short, kind, human. No pressure vocabulary.
Many learners think a presentation must begin with a big dramatic opener.
Like fireworks.
Or a TED Talk level quote from Einstein.
Imagination is more important than knowledge.
And your audience is just thinking, okay.
Exactly. But a simple greeting sets a calm atmosphere, which is the real key.
And here's a great phrase to try. Let's take a moment to settle in.
Ooh, I love that. It's soft, it's slow, it gives you time to breathe, and it makes your audience feel relaxed.
It also buys you a few seconds to get comfortable.
Sometimes we forget that presenters can give themselves permission to breathe.
Let's try a tiny role play. Imagine you're presenting a short project update.
I'll be the presenter.
Go for it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let's take a moment to settle in. I'll keep this update simple and clear.
Beautiful. Calm tempo, gentle voice.
And I didn't use complicated vocabulary.
That's the point. Confidence often sounds simple.
So many listeners tell us they worry about mispronouncing something in their first line.
Yeah, but honestly, your audience doesn't remember tiny mistakes. They remember your energy.
If your voice is warm and steady, people follow you naturally.
This is where English becomes less about grammar rules and more about connection.
Here's another helpful phrase. I'd like to start by.
Yes, and it works for almost anything.
I'd like to start by sharing a quick overview.
I'd like to start by thanking the team.
I'd like to start by explaining the main goal.
It's basically a presentation Swiss Army knife.
And if you want something even simpler, try, let's begin.
Very clean, very gentle.
Or, here's what we'll talk about today.
Nice signposting, but we'll save deeper signposting tricks for section 2.
So, let's talk about anxiety for a moment, because your opening line is where the nerves usually attack.
True, your hands might shake a little, your mouth might feel dry.
But one friendly sentence is often enough to bring your heartbeat down.
Like you're reminding your body, this is safe. I'm just talking to people.
And they want you to succeed.
Absolutely. No one sits in a presentation hoping the speaker suffers.
That would be evil.
We assume your audience is normal, not cartoon villains.
Here's a tiny cultural note. In many English-speaking countries, casual warmth is considered professional.
Right. Not stiff, not robotic.
For example, saying, I'm excited to share this with you, is completely normal in American workplaces.
And in British workplaces, a softer version works nicely. Like, I'm looking forward to sharing this with you.
Same meaning, different flavor.
Also, here's a small tip. Your opening line is not for information. It's for atmosphere.
Yes, the details come later.
The first line just tells everyone, we're starting calmly, I'm in control.
even if inside your head you're thinking, please don't see my hands shaking.
And that's totally okay.
Let's practice another mini dialogue.
I'll try this one. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Let's begin with a quick overview of where we're headed.
Nice. That's like a warm blanket.
Soft tone, small phrases, no vocabulary gymnastics.
And the listener knows exactly what to expect.
If you want something more dynamic, try starting with a tiny question.
Oh, yes. Questions pull people in.
Have you ever wondered why our project timelines stretch so much?
Or, do you ever feel like meetings could be shorter?
Every audience member will think, absolutely yes.
And you've built instant connection.
But keep the question easy. Nothing like, what is the philosophical impact of productivity culture?
Wow, I would quit the room.
Same.
So, what's happening linguistically in these openings?
You're using simple present tense, soft verbs, and friendly phrasing.
Nothing fancy.
Nothing complex.
Just accessible English delivered with confidence.
And if you forget your opening line, which happens, you can say,
Let me start again.
or give me just a second.
These are natural, real-life phrases that presenters use all the time.
Honestly, hearing a presenter reset calmly often makes the audience like them more.
It shows authenticity.
Before we move on, let's give listeners a micro warm-up they can try right now.
Yes, say this out loud with us.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you for being here.
Let's begin with something simple.
If you whispered it, that's fine.
If you said it in your head, also fine.
If your cat stared at you like you're weird, perfect.
That means you're practicing.
The goal of Section 1 is to help you feel the softness of a good start.
And once your start is calm, the rest becomes much easier.
Kind of like dipping your toes into warm water before swimming.
Exactly.
And in Section 2, we'll build on this foundation and show you how to guide your audience with clear, natural structure.
Think of it like giving your presentation a gentle pathway.
And giving yourself a map so you never feel lost.
Okay, now that we've practiced warm openings, let's talk about structure. You know, how to guide your audience smoothly without sounding like a robot.
Yes, because nothing kills confidence faster than forgetting what comes next.
Or staring at your notes like they're a secret code.
So let's picture this. You're at a team meeting, presenting a new idea. 5 people are listening. You want them to follow you effortlessly.
Step 1, signposting language. Those little phrases that gently point the way.
Oh, like, first we'll look at, or next I'll explain.
Exactly. And don't worry about fancy words. The goal is clarity, not complexity.
Here's a tiny example.
Go ahead.
First, let's look at the current sales numbers. Next, I'll show you the marketing plan. Finally, we'll discuss next steps.
Perfect. Each part is short, easy to digest, and gives listeners a mental map.
And repetition is okay. People love it.
Here's a small tip. You can add a tiny friendly comment in between sections.
Like what?
I know numbers can feel boring, but bear with me. This part is interesting.
That's so human. It's like letting the audience know we're in this together.
Exactly. English becomes a bridge, not a wall.
Let's role play a short sequence. I'll start.
Sure.
First, we'll review last month's achievements. I promise this won't be long. Next, I'll show our new project plan. Finally, we'll talk about how everyone can contribute.
That was smooth. Listeners already know the path.
And I sprinkled in little reassurances.
Those make your message clear and kind.
Another thing is using transitions between ideas. Words like, for example, on the other hand, in addition.
These small phrases tell your audience, we're moving, but we're not lost.
Let's try a tiny example together.
Go for it.
Our customer feedback was very positive. For example, 90% of users said the app is easy to use.
On the other hand, some requested more tutorials.
Nice. That gives balance. You're not jumping randomly from topic to topic.
And your English stays simple.
Here's a gentle cultural note. In many English-speaking workplaces, clarity is more respected than flashy vocabulary.
Absolutely. A smooth message always wins over complicated words.
It's like walking on a calm path instead of jumping over stones in a stream.
I love that image.
Another structural tool is summaries, a one-line recap at the end of a section.
Yes, like, so our main point is...
Or, to summarize, the key takeaway is...
This helps your audience remember, especially if they're tired or multitasking.
And it reinforces your confidence because you show control over your own talk.
Let's add a micro joke here. Sometimes your slides go blank.
Oh, yes, classic.
But if you've clearly structured your message, you can just say, as I was saying...
And pick up right where you left off. Audience barely notices. Now, let's practice with a mini role play. You're presenting a small report.
Okay. First, we review last quarter's results. For example, revenue increased by 12%. Next, we'll discuss upcoming strategies. Finally, we'll set goals for the team. To summarize, growth is steady and achievable.
Perfect! Short sentences, clear flow, tiny connectors, recap at the end.
And a listener can almost follow along with eyes closed.
Another tip, if your audience is international, slow pacing and short phrases help comprehension.
And repeat keywords naturally. Don't worry if it sounds slightly redundant.
Example, our main goal is teamwork. Teamwork will help us succeed. So, remember, teamwork matters.
That repetition builds comfort and confidence for both speaker and listener.
One more playful trick, number your points. People love numbers.
Totally. Like, 3 things I want you to remember today.
Or, there are 2 challenges we need to overcome.
Numbers give structure, so even if your English isn't perfect, your audience follows.
Also, avoid cramming multiple ideas in one sentence.
Yes, short, digestible chunks make both speaking and listening easier.
Example, instead of, our project has increased sales, improved customer satisfaction, and boosted social media engagement all at once, say,
Our project increased sales. It also improved customer satisfaction. And finally, social media engagement grew.
much easier to follow.
Before we wrap this section, a mini challenge for listeners.
Let's hear it.
Write or say out loud 3 points for a short talk. Begin with first, next, and finally.
Keep your sentences simple, short verbs, friendly tone, and maybe one playful comment.
Then try a soft summary sentence at the end, like, to summarize, these 3 points show...
You'll feel more in control instantly.
Section 2 is all about giving your English presentation a gentle pathway.
A calm, structured flow helps your confidence almost magically.
And when you're ready, Section 3 will bring in storytelling and examples to make your talk memorable.
That's where you add flavor without stressing over grammar. Now that we've got warm openings and clear structure, let's add some flavor, stories, and examples. They make your presentation memorable.
Yes, because nobody remembers a list of bullet points without a tiny story or example.
Exactly. Even a one-sentence example can light up your listener's brain.
Let's imagine you're presenting a project about customer service improvements. Instead of saying,
Our service has improved by 20%.
say, last month, a customer wrote that our new response system saved her 30 minutes. That's why we know the changes work.
Perfect, human, relatable, and your English is simple.
You don't need fancy phrases. Just the simple past or present works.
And short sentences, ideally under 15 words, make them easy to follow.
Yes, you can sprinkle a tiny joke in too.
Like what?
She said she had more time to make coffee, and we assume she made a giant cup.
I love it. That gives warmth and a small laugh.
Here's a practical tip. Always tie your example back to your main point.
Right. Otherwise, it's just a random story.
For example, after telling the coffee story, you could say, "This shows our system saves time, which is our main goal."
Nice. Natural linking. No grammar lecture needed. Now, let's practice a tiny storytelling sequence. You're giving a short presentation on teamwork.
Okay. Last week, our team solved a client problem in record time. John suggested a simple idea that no one thought of. Thanks to him, the client was thrilled. This shows how teamwork makes everything smoother.
That's perfect. Simple past, names, actions, and conclusion all in a friendly flow.
And the story is tiny, easy to repeat, and memorable.
Here's another technique. Imagine this statements. They let your audience picture the scenario.
Oh, yes, like painting a picture with words.
Imagine walking into a shop where every employee greets you by name. That's the experience we want to create for our clients.
Boom. Instantly engaging, and your English stays simple. Another tip, compare something unfamiliar to something familiar.
Right. For example, our new software is like a GPS for customer support. It guides agents step by step.
Short metaphor, easy to understand, fun, memorable.
Don't stress if you stumble over words. Just keep going. The story carries the message.
And tiny mistakes often make you sound natural, not scripted.
That's the beauty of storytelling. Your audience focuses on the story, not on perfect grammar.
Humor also helps. A tiny playful phrase makes the audience more relaxed.
Like what?
I promise our new system won't replace humans yet.
Small joke, audience smiles, message stays clear.
Another simple trick. Use real-life names or places.
Example?
In our London office, Sarah tried the new system first and said it was easy.
Perfect. Authentic, concrete, easy to visualize.
Now let's add signposting with stories. Remember section 2.
Yes, phrases like, for example, or let me tell you about.
Right. You can combine them. Let me tell you about a time our system helped a customer.
Then follow with the story, then conclude, this shows why our process matters.
And cultural note. In English-speaking workplaces, storytelling is highly valued.
Because it makes abstract ideas tangible.
And everyone remembers stories longer than bullet points.
Now, let's try a micro role play. You're presenting a brief marketing report.
Okay, let me tell you about one customer, Anna. She found our app confusing at first. With the new tutorial, she completed her first task in 2 minutes. This shows how important user guidance is.
Excellent. Clear beginning, story, short sentences, gentle recap.
Another tip, repeat key phrases naturally.
Like what?
User guidance is key. Every client benefits from guidance. Guidance improves satisfaction.
And listeners absorb it without noticing repetition. The English feels natural.
Also, short pauses help. Let your audience digest each story before moving on.
And it gives you a moment to breathe.
So your English stays calm, your voice stays steady, and the audience follows.
Many challenge for listeners. Pick one point from a recent talk or idea and tell it as a tiny story.
Use simple past or present, add a short example, maybe one playful phrase.
And finish with a one-line takeaway.
Your English will feel alive, not rehearsed.
Section 3 is all about adding life and personality to your talk.
Stories, examples, tiny jokes, relatable comparisons, all tools you already know.
And the audience remembers the message, not the mistakes.
Next up, Section 4 will guide you through handling nerves and small mistakes.
Now we're entering the part that worries most English learners, nerves.
Oh, yes. The sweaty palms, the racing heartbeat, the oh no, what if I forget everything feeling.
Totally normal. But guess what? Small nerves are actually useful.
Really?
Absolutely. They keep you alert, focused, and human.
Let's imagine you're starting your presentation and suddenly forget the first point.
Classic. Happens to everyone.
The trick is to have a tiny reset phrase.
Right. Like, let me take a moment to gather my thoughts.
Or, as I was saying earlier,
Both are natural and calm. Your audience barely notices.
and sometimes a small joke helps.
Like what?
My notes seem to have run away. I'll catch them in a second.
Perfect. Playful, human, and it eases tension. Here's another tip. Practice short pauses. Not every second needs to be filled with words.
Right. Pausing gives you control, makes your English clear, and gives listeners a moment to process.
And deep breaths are magic. Inhale, exhale, smile, and continue.
Another scenario, someone asks a tricky question in the middle of your talk.
The instinct is to panic or over-explain.
But you can say something simple like, "That's a great question. Let me think for a moment."
You're honest, polite, and buying a few seconds to respond calmly.
And your English stays simple. No need to invent complex words under pressure.
Here's a tiny cultural note. In English-speaking workplaces, it's okay to admit you need a moment.
Yes, people prefer a calm, thoughtful answer over a rushed, nervous one.
Let's practice a micro role play. I'll be the presenter. You ask a question.
Sounds fun?
How do we know this plan will work?
Great question. Let me take a moment to explain clearly.
Perfect. Calm, polite, and confident.
Another trick for nerves, memorize the first 30 seconds. That gives you a secure start.
Because once you're comfortable at the beginning, confidence grows naturally.
And if nerves creep in later, remember the small reset phrases we practiced.
Okay, let's talk about small mistakes. Maybe you mispronounce a word.
Happens all the time.
The best approach? Keep going, and if needed, correct lightly.
Example, sorry, I meant schedule, not schedule.
And move on. Most audiences don't remember a tiny mispronunciation.
Another idea, use gestures. Hands can guide your words and calm your nerves.
Yes, open, gentle gestures make your English seem more confident, even if you feel jittery.
Humor helps again. Even a small comment about nerves can lighten the mood.
Like, if I pause too long, just as soon I'm thinking of something brilliant.
That's perfect. Friendly and human.
Let's add a tiny cultural note. In many English-speaking workplaces, acknowledging nerves briefly is seen as authentic and relatable.
People prefer a calm, thoughtful answer over a rushed, nervous one. Mini challenge for listeners. Next time you practice, insert a pause and a reset phrase somewhere in your presentation.
And maybe a tiny joke. Watch your confidence grow instantly. Even if your English isn't perfect, you sound calm and in control.
Section 4 is all about gently steering yourself through tricky moments.
Nerves, mistakes, questions, you now have small, safe phrases and strategies.
And your English remains clear and approachable.
Section 5 will bring it all together with powerful endings that leave your audience remembering you.
The grand finale. Calm, confident, and memorable.
Here we are, the final section. Let's talk about endings that leave your audience remembering you.
Yes, because a strong finish can make even a nervous presentation feel polished and confident.
And it's easier than you think.
First tip, summarize your key points. Short, clear sentences.
Example, to summarize, teamwork, clear communication, and creativity are our main priorities.
That's it. No need for long paragraphs or fancy words.
Second tip, echo your opening.
Bring the talk full circle.
Right. Like if you started with, let's begin, you could end with, thank you for taking this journey with me today.
It feels calm, complete, and professional.
And mini humor works here too. Light, friendly, human.
Example?
Now go out there and conquer the world, or at least your inbox.
Yeah, perfect. Small joke, big connection.
Another useful ending phrase is, any questions?
Classic, simple, invites engagement.
And you can follow it with a gentle smile and pause, giving people space to respond.
Here's a little storytelling tip for endings. Leave them with one memorable image.
Like,
Imagine a customer smiling because of the help your team gave today.
instantly reinforces your message and gives a gentle emotional touch.
Another tactic, actionable takeaway. Give them one thing to remember or do.
Example. So tomorrow, focus on one small improvement in your workflow. It can make a big difference.
Short, simple, motivational, and easy to follow in English.
Let's role play a tiny conclusion. I'll be the presenter.
To summarize, our three main priorities are teamwork, communication, and creativity. Remember the client Anna who completed her task in 2 minutes? That shows how small changes can have a big impact. Thank you all for listening. Any questions?
Beautiful, clear, concise, human, and memorable. One more cultural note. In English-speaking workplaces, a confident pause at the end signals completion.
Yes, don't rush the last words. Let them land.
And don't worry if you repeat a key phrase naturally. It reinforces your message.
Another soft tip. If you want a smooth, slightly playful ending, try, I hope you enjoyed this journey as much as I did. Now, go conquer your day.
That leaves the audience smiling and relaxed. And mini recap.
Warm opening, clear structure, engaging stories, calm handling of nerves, strong endings.
You now have a full toolkit for confident English presentations.
Let's do one more micro exercise for our listeners. Practice your last 30 seconds with a summary, one story, and a gentle close.
And maybe a tiny joke. You can be playful.
Your English will feel natural, confident, and memorable.
That wraps section 5. Next up is our cozy wrap-up and soft breakdown of everything we learned.
A gentle reflection for you, our listener, to finish this English journey calmly.